All right. Hi, everyone. It's your girl, Queen Cole here, your host of Light the Path podcast. And today we are kicking it off on a Tuesday midday, with power. It's the middle of 2021, and we think it's time for you to recharge. What better way to hear from some of your influential people on stage, and it is set just for you. Lock in your spot at the Power Up Summit 2021. Lisa Nichols, international motivational speaker, Kim Coles, Tamika Scott, Chrisette Michelle, and the list goes on and on and on. If you have not registered, you definitely need to do so. This global stage just got set on fire, and we are about to power up all the way up. So consider this your recharge session for 2021. And today, I got some power up in this house. Now, let me get these notes out because these bios right here cannot be touched. Now, first up, I got Wendy Rose. Wendy Rose is a two-time best-selling author, visionary author, advocate, collaborator, and CEO and founder of Beautifully Integrated with Love, LLC, and Self-Love Redefined, a transitional support specialty function to coach, consult clients through the process of traumatic life transitions in order to facilitate healing and direction. Y'all need some of this. Y'all need some of this, what Wendy Rose has. Help me welcome Wendy to Light the Path podcast.
Hello, Queen. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for being on today, shedding your light, giving us some of your power, giving us a little snippet of what we can expect for the summit. But hold on to your seat right now because we got more up in this house. Y'all not going to want to miss this. We got some more power. Now, the next power feature speaker we have. Now, some would think that having your father reported as a missing person, a diagnosis of pituitary tumor, and surviving 2 brain surgeries will be enough to halt the dreams of any woman. Then you have not met Tanya Blackwood, the CEO of Then I Rise Enterprise, LLC, a certified life coach, business strategist. She specializes in confidence and mindset. Now, y'all need some confidence. Mid-year, y'all need some confidence. Y'all need to change your mindset. This is the time. This is the person, because Tanya brings over 25 years of corporate and entrepreneurial experience in coaching, talent acquisition, marketing, business, and sales. Help me welcome Tanya to Light the Path podcast.
I think I'm muted. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We got more power in the house, so get your seatbelt on. We're going to be right with you because the next person that we have is Loretta, Wessel, aka Mama Soul Wisdom. She's a motivational speaker, a prominent family entrepreneur expert. Loretta empowers individuals to move forward financial freedom through business ownership. She uses her 6P system developed over the years to create powerful results with personal and business success. Y'all help me welcome Mama Soul Wisdom.
Hey now. Thank you so much, Queen Cole. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with Powerhouse Ladies. We are about to rock it today.
Yes, I can't wait till y'all just jump in. I can't wait for this conversation. It's going to be amazing. But sit tight because we got more. We don't just got 1, 2, 3. We got some more in the backstage. So y'all sit tight, sit tight. Okay, the next up, Liliano Kesh strives to provide community support for those who may not have a friend to talk to, a family to run to, and for those who may need shelter, food, clothes, Bibles, and much, much more. Like she did, she was a refugee. She was just out there. Now she is here. She's spreading wisdom, knowledge to the people. Help me welcome Lilian to the show.
Hi, Queen. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I can't wait to talk with you as well. Ooh, this is gonna be good. This house is just getting so full. I'm getting so charged up. Just reading y'all bios alone, I'm like, woo, this is gonna be good. So I can't wait to chat with you as well. Let's see who else we got in the house because this is a full house. This is a full load. Oh. Yes. Okay, let me see. Is she ready? Let me see. Okay, so let me tell y'all this. We got one Wendy here, Wendy Rose. But what's better than one Wendy? Two. We got Wendy Garvin Mayo. She is a board certified adult nurse practitioner, stress solution strategist, author, and certified. Check her credentials. John Maxwell, international speaker, coach, and trainer. Her mission is to empower nurses to adopt sustainable stress management solutions so they can discover their added values in order to amplify their personal lives. Hey.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here with everyone.
Yes, welcome aboard. We can't wait to get to hear more about you because stress management, I know y'all nurses, y'all get stressed out, but us mamas get stressed out too. So we're going to need to hear some tips from you, but we got one more person in the house. And let me go back to her bio because I got to make sure all this is right because this is just so much. This is so rich. So the final person that we have here on this flight is Gabrielle. In 2013, her youngest son, Maurice, decided to put an end to his precious life. At first, she wrote the book, How I Survived My Son's Suicide, Escape from Darkness, just to vent. But then she saw that there was a bigger picture, that suicide was on the rise, and many people like herself that were left behind needed help to continue with life, to go through this pain, and had many, many questions. Please help me welcome Gabrielle to the show.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing really good. It's really
well, you power speakers, I appreciate y'all for being here. And you know what? We're just going to go in line because I didn't see this on y'all bio. And I need to know, because see, this is what Light the Path is all about. We dig a little bit deeper. We want to know a little bit more. So let me ask you, Wendy, what do you do in your spare time? Y'all up here helping people, y'all saving lives, y'all starting businesses. What do you do in your spare time? Let's start with Wendy Rhodes.
In my spare time, I'm always trying to think up a master plan and continuing to make sure that I am living my life for purpose and trying to be that example to that other person that don't know or don't have like an open end or anybody to look to talk to, or to encourage them. And I love to encourage people. So a lot of times I'm doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, and a lot of writing.
Okay, love that. Tanya, tell us, what do you do in your spare time when you're not out saving the world, helping us all out?
Well, I am born of Panamanian parents, so we are pretty tight folks. I love family time and the opportunity to connect with the people that I love when I have free time. So we love to cook. We love to feed people. So my free time, spare time, I try to spend it with family.
Yes, family time is always a good time. My kids, I really like the young adulthood kids now. I used to like the 7 and when they were 7 and 9, I was like, oh, because they came to you, you knew everything. Mom, what you think about this? Now the young adult kids, you can laugh with them inappropriately, have a good time, and then they be trying to order drinks. Like, what? I'm your mama. Don't order no drink with me. You better order some food. Wendy Garvin Mayo, let me ask you, what do you do with your spare time? What do you do for self-care?
What I do for self-care is rest. I love to rest. And when I'm rested mentally and physically, it allows me to be more innovative, to think of more innovative things to help other people. So that's what I do for self-care.
Okay, that's good. I used to be that kind of person, be like, oh, sleep is for the week. I only get 4, 5 hours. Now I'm like, I got a bedtime. I got a nap time mixed in with my transitional time. So I'm like, girl, you just growing up. So yes, rest is very important. Rest is extremely important. Lillian, what about you? What do you do in your spare time?
You know, when we try to save the world, you have to make spare time, because all we do is just like run, and be like, okay, I need my time with my boys because they're still young and they need mommy attention. Most of the time, when I have spare time, we just hang out and read or do something fun or play outside. And, you know, I'm still a young mother. So yesterday they pulled me up to the treadmill. To the trampoline. It was fun. But when I get out there, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting old.
Yes, that is fun. That is fun. Mama Soul, what do you do in your spare time?
Ooh, I do my best just to have fun wherever I go. I mix business with pleasure all the time. Now, to rejuvenate, though, I will tell you my favorite thing is a spa day, because I like those full body massages and just taking time out to relax and self-care and meditation. I love it. So, and I love to travel. I'm all about having fun because that's part of life.
Okay, I love that. What kind of massages do you get? Do you get the aromatherapy, deep tissue? Which one you get?
Sometimes I get deep tissues. I just recently had a hot stone deep tissue therapy, which I had never had before. It was amazing. I love it. And I just pamper myself because I'm worth it. And the people who we serve, they must understand that they too are worth it. So yeah, that's what I do. Lead by example.
Okay, that's real good. Gabrielle, what do you do for self-care, and how do you just unwind after a long day? Well, not even a long day, because all my days been running in and out of each other with the grandbaby. I don't know. The other day it was Tuesday. I swore it was Saturday. So I'm all over the place right now. But just say from a regular week, Gabrielle, how do you on that Saturday? What do you do to unwind, relax?
Well, I'm going to borrow a little bit about what the lady before me said, because I get those hot stone massages, and I just love them. And so that's one of the things I do. And then sometimes I just go for a walk and I just look at nature. I'm not really into the critters, and stuff like that. But I do love to walk early in the morning when it's really quiet, and I spend a lot of time talking to the Creator. And I love to read. That's something, and I love to draw. That's one of my new hobbies. I'm learning how to.
Okay, that's real good. See, so I'm glad to hear that, because as we're out here making the world a better place for you and me, we got to take care of ourselves. We cannot pour from an empty cup. So I love hearing that the Power Up featured speakers, y'all are doing that. Y'all aren't just preaching it. Y'all are putting it in motion. So I love that. So this, I have like 2 more questions, but I'm going to sort of break it up. So the first question is going to be to Wendy Rose, Tanya, and then Lillian. I want to ask you all, where does your passion come from to do what you do?
My passion comes from the fact of going through domestic violence and not having a mind of my own and being able to speak out on so many different occasions and not knowing who I am and what I truly like beyond my marriage. That's where my passion comes from, is letting everybody else know that they have a voice. That's where it comes from. just letting them just know that they have a voice. And because I was voiceless for so long, I just said that they're not going to shut me up from being able to help somebody else to be able to allow their internal and their external to really truly match, and not to have that facade or wear that mask and covering up who they really truly are.
Thank you. And that's very important, because once you peel that mask off and you start seeing yourself, whoo, it's a powerful thing. So that's great that's great. I love that. I love hearing that. Tanya, what about you? Where does your passion come from?
Wow, that's such a great question. And I'm with you on the unmasked. I actually did an event at the end of last year called Unmasked. And it's so ironic because, they're asking us to wear a mask all the time now. We've been wearing masks for years. So the courage it takes to take it off and deal with life. I love your answer. So powerful. For me, I have to say it's two-pronged. Really, for all the women out there, and yeah, the men too, because guess what? They get beat up as well. But for the women out there that have just gone through, they walk through the fire. We don't look like what we've been through. For me, it was just a series of gut punches that I just sat down and I gave my power away. I was exhausted. I was speaking negatively to self. I just didn't have it in me until God, after my surgery, I'm sitting at the edge of the bed and, it's, girl, you better get up. Don't you remember who you are and who you are? You need to fight. You need to get up. You need to get back up. So that is my company's called Then I Rise, for that very reason. You can rise from anything. So that and legacy. I won't spend as much time on legacy because I think we'll probably cover it later. But those two things, I'm the firstborn of 6. And I think of my dad often. Would he have stopped? Heck no.
Yes, that's awesome. I love that. I mean, and just the name of your company, Rise. That even the song, when we hear that song, I could be hearing it and nothing's going on. And I'm like, I could do anything. So yes. I love that. Lillian, let me ask you, because even with your bio, I didn't even give your bio justice. Let everybody know your story. Just give a little bit more about your upbringing, because I think that's an essential part of knowing who you are and where your passion lies.
Yes, everybody. My name is Liliano Kesh, and my parents originally from South Sudan. I was born in refugees camp in Uganda. I lived in refugees camp for 15 years. In 2005, we have the opportunity to come to US. And where I get my passion from is when I look around my community, especially when we were living in refugees camp, coming from Africa, I can see how women, they don't have no voice, and how young girl being forced to marry somebody older than them, and they don't want to, but they have to. And it's the same thing with me. I get pregnant in high school because of my culture. Even though I was in America, they have to marry me after this man, and living in a abusive relationship for 10 years. I say enough is enough. I was settled actually, for that relationship. I say, I guess this is how life was, because that is where, when I was growing up, what I say women go through. So I'm like, maybe this is how life is. Until like when I was praying, God is like, no, that is not how life should be. I take the courage to be like, enough is enough. I'm just gonna walk out and just do it. And that's what I speak about in the summit, like just how to be aware of women violence, how to know how to help us, help each other. Because sometimes, you can have a neighbor and they're going through something and you will not even know.
Yes, right.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely. Gone are the days where we knew our neighbors. I felt like, growing up, we knew our neighbors. We could borrow sugar, or, not that you could give it back, but we borrowed sugar, we borrowed butter, or, our mom would say, go over and do this or help out. And I think, some of those community aspects we have to go back to be able to get some of those good teachings and to keep us all together. So, okay, so I have a next series of questions for the other three. So, Wendy, Garvin, we'll start with you. I wanted to ask, when are you mostly fully yourself? What are you doing? Where are you at? Tell us when you're most fully yourself.
So I am fully myself when I feel mentally and physically aligned, when I'm not stressing, and usually when I'm by myself, because I have time to think and just reassess what I'm doing, why am I doing it, and do I need to change directions? Do I need to do something else? So I'm fully myself when I can spend time by myself to really process what I'm doing.
Yes, that's real good. Mama Soul, when are you fully yourself? You're fun, you like to travel, you be doing all this, you getting your massage, you doing your self-care. But when, at what point do you say, you know what, I am most fully myself?
I am fully myself when I am fulfilling my God-given purpose. My God-given purpose is to help individuals and families gain a competitive edge in life using the tool of business ownership. I fully believe that if you live in America or anywhere else in the world, but especially America, we just celebrated the 4th of July. If you're in America, you ought to control a small business. I truly believe that we have not been exposed to what's possible for our lives. And when you are exposed to being a business, because all you really need is a laptop, good internet, and a mobile phone, and you can start your own business with a little know-how. So that's when I am my most full in being able to help others start their own businesses, and especially having families involved in business, because community, that's what it's all about.
That's awesome. Thank you. Last but not least, Gabrielle, when do you feel most fully like yourself?
But I like being alone a lot because I have a lot of projects I'm working on, but I feel uh, authentic when I'm around people like that are like-minded too. You know, people that think like me. It's like we kind of feed off each other. We collaborate, and there's this energy that's going on. We're trading back and forth. It's reciprocal type of relationship. You can let your hair down and just be yourself and talk about things. Because I love that. I love to be able to be real, and talk to people about how you really feel. And someone mentioned earlier about masking. I don't really, yeah, I like to just be real, like to be me, and it's with those like-minded folks. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. All right, guys, we're about midway through this conversation. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and then we'll be right back because we got more from the Power Up featured speakers.
Wow, my big sister, international Amazon bestseller worldwide. I mean, how do you feel right now having a bestseller on the charts?
Ooh, oh my goodness. I'm excited. I'm actually very speechless. Like, I have a lot of words usually, but I am speechless. I'm thankful, and I just appreciate everyone for helping us become Amazon bestsellers.
It's really such an amazing book. I mean, all you women and ladies, y'all really put together a classic. After you do something like this, what is next for Queen Cole?
Ooh, I don't know. First of all, I'm gonna try to soak it in. I want to just soak it in and just enjoy it. But what I was thinking was, there are people who are like myself. Like, I love flipping the pages. I love highlighting. I love all that. But as I get more busy and I'm on the go, I like audio.
I'm a big audio fan. Huge audio
Are
fan.
you? Okay. So what I would like to do, with your help,
Okay.
is to make Ring of Fire an audio chapter.
Okay, I like that idea.
You like
I like that a lot, yeah.
Will you help me?
I got you. I got you. I got you. We can do it like an interview type, because it was definitely really heavy, but I would love to unpack it with you. I mean, wow, I'll be honored.
All right, so y'all heard it here first. Ring of Fire, your contributor author. Matter of fact, your Amazon international best-selling author, Queen Cole, my chapter will be audio. So you can click the link in the bio. Melvin 9K is going to help me put it together. But hey, people want it. That's what we're going to get.
Got it. What's up?
All right, so y'all heard it here. Ring of Fire, my chapter in the anthology Forged by Fire, Built God Tough, is now available on audio, so make sure you get that. But we got more. We still got the powerhouses in the house. Let's bring them back up. Bring them up, bring them up, bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. Yes, ladies, so this is the second half. And this is a question I'm going to have. This time, we're going to start with Tanya. This wasn't on your bio. This ain't none of y'all's bio. What I want to know is, what career mistake has given you the best lesson?
Whew. That's good. What you just keep, like, you keep an arsenal, huh? Okay. I would have to say, my first company was a marketing firm, and really the crash of 2008 took me way out, took me out. I would have to say, learning from that is, you've got to stay on top of everything. It's not corny to be into business news and world economy. You need to know that stuff. Now, do you need to be expert at it? No, but you've got to be able to watch what's going on, and you have to have someone in your inner circle that is strong in that area if you're not, so that you can do forecasting and be better prepared for the lumps and the bumps that come with being a business owner. So I would have to say, for me, building your inner circle, having the right people around you, will prepare you for the impacts you may take, the blows, as a business owner.
Yes, thank you. I mean, we got to be prepared, because who knows? Like, who knew 2020 was going to happen? Because, I was already, I was like, I got my 2020 vision. I can see clear. I was saying all these words. And 2020 was not clear. It was unclear. It was unstable, unpredictable, and all that. So thank you, Tanya. That is an awesome lesson that we all need to keep in our pockets. Wendy Rhodes, let me ask you also, a career mistake that has turned into a lesson for you.
Well, I've been a nurse for 20 years. I'm an LPN. The career mistake that has given me the biggest lesson is allowing people to step into the way or be in my way when I'm trying to move forward, and not staying focused on what I really wanted to do. So I stopped at being an LPN, and I really wanted to move forward, but I allowed circumstances, situations, people, being confused and all of this kind of stuff to really stand in my way. Other than that, I can honestly say that everything that I have done in my career, even before becoming a nurse, I have no regrets. And I just really feel that that was the path that I really needed to take. But not being focused and allowing other people to stand in the way, mostly AKA my ex-husband, and not just pushing forward and doing and staying focused and doing what I need to do. And actually being able to take a break when I needed to. I pushed myself too much. And what happened in me pushing myself so much, it caused me to fail. But I still have no regrets on being an LPN for 20 years.
Yes, and that's awesome. I mean, the whole burnout culture is a thing. Like it's the pressure to perform is real. And I'm a Black woman. I'm only speaking from my perception because that's my reality. I'm a Black woman, and there is pressure to perform. There is where you going and doing and saying, and like you were saying, you didn't have the support. So when you try to support yourself, you can reach burnout. Wendy Garvin, let me ask you, because you specialize in these stressors, stress management. Has there been a career mistake? Because you're also in the nursing. And I mean, tell me all these letters. I don't even know what this stands for.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us, please. Educate me today.
Yeah, so my biggest career mistake, I would say, is actively seeking out a mentor. I really didn't understand the value of mentorship until I entered the corporate space as a nurse scientist. So being in a clinical setting, it is very stressful. You can definitely burn out. That's one reason why I have the nurse wellness mentorship. So you can really focus in on developing your stress management strategies. But mentorship is so essential for personal and professional growth. So I would say that was my biggest career mistake, is not actively seeking out a mentor.
Yes, that's real good. Lillian, let me ask you, being a young mother coming up, has there been any career mistakes that you have thought about so far or have become lessons to you early on?
I think the bigger mistake that people really, I learned from not knowing myself. That is my bigger mistake. I was busy searching for a career, going to college, try to help people, try to help my community, and I don't know me. And I stepped back like, okay, who am I and why have I been trying to help these people? So that was my learning experience, and I won't regret it, but now I'm grateful I take time to know who Lillian is.
Ooh, I mean, I wish, how they ask the question, what would you tell your younger self, this, that, another? Because I was a young bride. I got married at 18. We had the first baby I was 17, got married at 18. And so, throughout that whole time being married for 17 years, then the divorce after that. And so it's like all that time when people were called, CJ's mom, Jada's mom, such and such wife. Like I was just going along with it. Then I get divorced and people saying Queen Cole, they call him a name, Deborah. I don't know who they talking to. I'm like, what? So Lillian, you make a very good point. It's a mistake that we let happen because we just go with it for so long. And then once you look up, you like, who the heck am I? So yes, that's a very important reminder that us as women, we have to take time for ourselves and to know ourselves before we go out saving the world. So thank you for sharing that. Mama Soul Wisdom, what wisdom you got over there? Tell us, because we want to know, what career mistake have you made?
Well, Queen Cole, I'm so glad you asked that question, because I want people to know that 99% of success is built on failure. And so I have experience now as an entrepreneur, but I also have experience in nonprofit and for-profit. And so I remember working in corporate America, and I was going through a Six Sigma certification program. And basically it's process improvement, and your process is supposed to be statistically free of defects. But the bottom line is that I failed. I did not receive the certification. And for a long time, I would beat myself up for not completing that project because I basically bit off more than I could chew. But here's the thing I want people to understand. You gotta learn how to eat the awful waffle. The awful waffle is when you buy a brand new waffle iron, and when you fix that first waffle, it tastes horrible because it's the first one. But then by the time you do the second one and then the third one, by the time you do the fourth one, it is golden, it is light, it is fluffy, it tastes good. So the lesson that I learned from all of that is, number one, take the judgment out of it, because we take ourselves out the game quicker than anybody else. And two, take the significance out of it. It's okay. So it didn't quite work out the way you wanted to. So what? Get up, try it again, adjust it, and keep moving forward.
I love that. Let the church say amen to the awful waffle. Because in my kids' neighborhood, they have Popeyes just open. It's all nice and clean and shiny. And I was like, nah, they got to get some grease up in there cooking. They got to burn some stuff up before I get to going on.
It's got to be seasoned up a little bit.
Yeah, they need some time. So I'm not the ones that be going to the grand. Now Chick-fil-A, I go to them straight up. But Popeyes, I need the grease to get hot, and I need some little grease that can't come off. So yes, eat the awful waffle. You need to coin that. You need to put that on a shirt, a bag, or something. Mama Soul, because that is so true. But we don't like that. First waffle got to come out for me. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Everybody know this. I'm gonna be in recovery from now until the Lord say so. But that first waffle got to come out. It's gonna taste nasty, but it's gonna look very beautiful. And look, it's gonna be awful, but I'm gonna be eating it like it's just great. Like this good. Gabrielle, let me finish with you on this question. What career mistake have you made that has turned into a lesson? And Gabrielle, last time you were talking, your mic was a little low. So maybe turn your mic up a little bit, because I want to make sure that the listeners are going to be able to hear you clearly.
Better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. I probably wasn't talking loud enough. But
yes, probably speak up a little bit.
Okay, is this okay? This volume?
A little bit higher. Yes.
Really? A little bit higher. Okay. How about right there?
That's good. We're good. We can hear you.
Can I share a story? She said awful waffle. Can I just share a little story about my son, the one that passed on? She reminded me of something. He was a little boy. He was about 2 years old, and he was sitting in his high chair. And we had relatives over for the weekend. And it was early in the morning. They had to leave like really early, like around 4 o'clock. And I was not a morning person back then. And so I struggled to be awake, and I was making pancakes. And like you said, the first one is the awful one, right? And I'm like, our family's getting all of the awful ones. And so I put not the waffle, but the pancake on his plate there. And he looked down at that pancake, and he looked at me, and he took the pancake and he threw it like a Frisbee. That made me think about my baby. He's like, oh no, I'm not eating that. But anyway, some of the mistakes that I have made, mostly my business is mostly, me talking to people, encouraging people because of the book that I have written. And some of the mistakes that I have made are probably procrastination and listening to people that really didn't understand what I was going through. I could have done things a lot faster in my life. Maybe if I would have trusted me more, we talked about, being authentic, your true self. Wasn't really trusting myself some of those days. And so I procrastinated. I was kind of going, vacillating back and forth. And so it was kind of a fight, but I just kind of fought through all the negativity and all of the rumors and all the things that were going on, because there was a lot of tension. I hope nobody ever loses a child. But if you've ever lost one, it's a lifetime of healing, but God will bring you to a place in Him where the joy of the Lord truly will be your strength. And that's what happened to me. So I was kind of, wavering back and forth, procrastinating, and you have to kind of plunge through that. So I'm just really happy that I was able to listen to, you listen to God, but then you've got your own personality that God works with, your own characteristics, and they line up with his will, and you have to trust and have faith and believe that you can move forward, that you can do it. And so that's really, all I have to say about that.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, because I mean, we all need to hear that, because you never know what the path is going to be, and trusting God is the ultimate thing. I mean, it's easy for us to say it when we all having a good time, getting our massages, soaking our feet, but when the rubber hits the road is when we really need that reassurance. So thank you for sharing that. So before we wrap up, ladies, because this has been a rich conversation, and y'all know I could go on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, but that's not the time and place, not right now, not right here. We could do that one-on-one when we all get together. But we got to talk about the Power Up Summit, because you all are featured speakers. Y'all are alongside the headliners. I mean, I feel like this is where the real jewels are. The headliners bring us there, but I'm here for y'all. I want to hear, I want to see. So I want to know, what do you want the audience? Tell us, I guess, 2 parts with this. Tell us a little snippet or the title of your presentation, and what you want the audience to say afterwards about your presentation. Wendy Rose, we'll start with you.
The title of my presentation is Forgiveness Leads to Self-Love. And what I want people to get from that is, don't lose yourself because you're holding on to anger and regret and different things like that. Know that forgiveness is not just for them, but it's for you. And don't forget about you, because it's not exactly your fault.
Ooh, that's going to be powerful. I love that. Lillian, what do you want people to say about your presentation when they've heard it?
My thought for my presentation is how to overcome, and that what the Lord put in my heart, and that what I present just like He put in my heart, because so many times we try to be a superwoman. So many times we try, all the women, they try to overcome everything, but we're not helping each other enough. We are not recognize what we are going through enough, especially with COVID. So many people going through violent, like domestic violence in their home, and people don't recognize that. So I just highlight that in my presentation for people to be aware, because just in my state here, somebody just killed his wife because of the pressure. But that woman been speaking out for as long as I can remember. If I were just to take time to hear her, she said it. She said, my husband going to kill me one day. One day is when. When is one day? One day, when somebody said that to you, that means it's now. There's no more tomorrow. That means you have to act now and save that life.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, because that is going to be a very powerful segment that people really need to hear. And what I really enjoy, and there are men and women at the summit, but I love the sharing of resources, information that will be at the summit, because it's all free. I encourage everybody, and I'm going to say it every single podcast, is get your notebook and just jot down, come in and out, set your alarm, get all these nuggets, these jewels, then act on it. Contact Wendy, contact Lily, contact these ladies to get to the next step. Yes, get the information, but don't just sit on it. So, Mama Soul, what about your presentation do you want people to take away from your presentation when they finish hearing yours?
Oh, absolutely, because I want everyone to know it's possible for you to as well to start your own business. I am speaking on 5 simple steps to build confidence for business success. If you are in business, you must learn how to be confident so that you can reach your customers and serve your customers. But not only that, it's also about exposure. I truly believe that people really don't know that there are other avenues for them to pursue. We see the entertainers, we see the athletes, and I'm not knocking that. But there are other ways in which you can generate income and gain a competitive edge for yourself and your family by monetizing your gifts and starting your own business. And for that, it takes confidence. I'm going to teach you 5 simple steps for business confidence so you can build your business for success.
Awesome. We can't wait for that. I'm telling y'all, get y'all notebooks, get your pen. Don't be trying to do it on your phone. Do it, handwrite it so you can see these things in action, because the 5 steps, don't be missing a step. Don't be skipping a step, because Mama Soul gonna tell you what you need, because confidence is a key. And we think, because we show up, y'all are all looking beautiful here. All our hair is done. I made a face made up, all that. But confident, that inner confidence, sometimes you'll be messing up yourself, like, I can't do this, I'm not supposed to be here. But these 5 steps, y'all better get to it. Wendy, Garvin, Mayo, let me ask you about your presentation. Tell us more about it, and what do you want people to get from it as they leave the summit?
Yeah, so the title of my presentation is, I'm drawing a blank. The title of my presentation is, oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. Well, it's about stress management, leading your life. And what I want people to walk away with is really feeling empowered to manage the silent killer, which is stress, in order to lead a successful life, whether that's personally or professionally. Because I think people minimize the power that stress has on us, and we don't take the time to really unpack our internal and external stressors.
Yes, and we need that. When y'all edges start getting all a little thin, and you be thinking, oh, my braider did it too tight. No, it's not. You under stress, girl. Wendy, Garvin, Mayo is going to help you with your stress management, because we can't be having the edges coming out. We got to get this stress under control, manage it. Tanya, tell us about your presentation.
So, thank you. Thank you. Getting to that button sometimes. My presentation is something that I walk through. I have the science of 3 R's, but I'm going to spend some specific time on the first R, which is reboot. So my session is called Reboot Your Life. And it's for everybody. It's not just for those that are just starting out. It's for the folks that have been in the grind for a while. Sometimes we just have to stop and reboot. And it's okay to not be okay, and recognize that you need to reboot your life.
Right. I mean, this is a great time to do it. Reboot mid-year before Q4. You might be able to get some sales done if you go ahead and reboot now.
Yeah.
Y'all better get to this summit. Stop playing. All right. Last but not least, Gabrielle, tell us about your presentation and what you want people to leave thinking after your presentation.
Well, the name of my presentation is Wounded and Scarred. And I want people to know that their life is not over because they lost a loved one. Trauma, unfortunately, somehow affects all of us in some kind of way, either directly or indirectly. And some people don't want to feel their pain. They want to numb it. And I want to talk about feeling your pain and dealing with it and plugging into the right sources so you could talk about how you feel. A lot of us, we sit around at our favorite restaurants, our favorite clubs, all numbing our pain together, and nobody's being authentic. There's that word again. You guys got me on that, authentic. You want to be real and you want to be healthy. And so the only way to do that is just to really, I want to show people that I did it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And you don't have to live with all of that pain, being wounded and scarred. I want to end with this. We talked about massages. One day my masseuse was in an area where I had been injured, and she was pushing on it. And I said, "Oh, don't do that. That hurts." She goes, "You don't understand. I got to get in there and I got to break up that scar tissue, because if I don't, you won't be able to move freely. And so that's kind of what I talk about. If we don't let somebody get in there, if we don't talk about it and get all that out, let somebody break that stuff up. And so that's what I'm about. I want to break it up, all that pain. Let's get rid of it and let's be free. Let's live.
Ooh, Gabrielle, can you stop knocking on my door? When you said sitting down eating, I just thought about, I have these weird tendencies. So if I get super hyped, I want a warm brownie with ice cream. If I get super low, I want a warm brownie with ice cream. So yes, you're right. We got to deal with this trauma. It's time out for us carrying this stuff for generations and generations. It's time. And Gabrielle, thank you for sharing your story, being just your transparency of it all, because it's not easy rehashing it, going over it again, but you are helping so many people. And so thank you for doing that. But ladies, before we leave, I got 2 questions for you. So you can answer this one by one. But first, I want to know, and because y'all are all speakers, visionaries, authors, y'all got so many words, but I want to know one word that sums up you and your vision, and then tell everyone where they can follow you on social media. And then we'll just go right down the line like popcorn. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, I guess I better start it again, huh? My one word is redefined. I consider myself to be redefined because my attitude is redefined. I know who I am. I'm aware of my purpose. I know which direction that I'm headed in. And so I am redefined, especially with my self-love. It's redefined. So they can find me at selfloveredefined.com or on Facebook at Wendy Banks Rhodes or Instagram at Rhodes Wendy Banks.
Okay. And as you all go, after you say your information, put it in the chat also, so that way people can watch the replay and then also get it there. Lillian, one word for you that describes your vision and who you are and where they can follow you on social media.
Every time Wendy's talk, I feel like she just took the word out of my mouth. I think is redefine yourself. I'm not repeating her, but if you can know who you are, and if you can gain knowledge to find who you are, the world becomes smaller and you can do so much in the community, in the place where you're going, in what you're doing, in your business, in your life, in your family. Just to redefine yourself is the key. And you can find me, Liliano Kesh, on Facebook, or you can go to lilianokesh.com on my website, on Instagram, the same name. Redefine yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Loretta, you're up next. What's one word? Can you think of one word?
Sure I can. My one word is wisdom, because I share old school wisdom for a new generation. I may look good, but I'm as old as my tongue and a little older than my teeth. So I have some wisdom on me, and my goal is to share this wisdom so that we can create generational wealth. You can find me at mamasoulwisdom.com. You can hit me up on IG and Facebook at Mama Soul Wisdom. And if you want to go deeper, you can set an appointment with me, coachwithmama.com. That's coachwithmama.com.
Okay, thank you. Wendy Garvin Mayo, how about you? One word that defines your vision for you, and where can everyone follow you on social media?
Yes, the one word that defines my business and myself is transform. There's always time to transform. It's never too late. And you can find me at Wendy Garvin Mayo on all social media channels.
Thank you. Tanya, what's your one word?
I unmuted myself.
Nope, we hear you now.
I don't know what you got and what you didn't, so I'm just going to get from the beginning.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, my word is fight. And it is because of where I am now, where the country is now, where we are, where everything, the church, we're on the battlefield. We're fighting for relationships. We're fighting for our sanity. We're fighting for our health. We're in fight mode. So for me, I picked the word fight and I share with everybody how important that is. It's time to put your dukes up. It's time to put your dukes up and fight. You can find me. You guys know I have an acronym for fight, right? I'm gonna share it real quick. I need you to move forward movement. I need you to put yourself around great thinkers, great leaders, so you can gain immense knowledge. I need you to develop and grow your grit muscle. I need you to handle your business. That means no is a complete sentence. That means you don't have to be everywhere for everyone. You need to build yourself and you need to build your business. So handle your business and stop trying to please the world. And T is for tenacity. That's what it's going to take to pull all of that off, secure your boundaries, and hold to them. All right. So that's fight. FIGHT. You can find me on Facebook and IG at Tanya Blackwood or Then I Rise. And the website is thenirise.org or TanyaBlackwood.com. You can schedule a free discovery call with me or just get a mindset massage anytime you need me.
I like that. A mindset massage. Ooh,
yes, it's on the menu, sis.
Ooh. Now y'all better go and schedule that. Gabrielle, let's finish with you. What's your one word to describe you and your vision, and where can everyone follow you on social media?
It's going to be the word heal. I want to see the people healed. Okay? Healed, healing. Take either one, it's very important that we are whole and healed, and they can find me at my name, Gabrielle, and I'm double L, GABRIELLE, Moncrief. I always say increase, Moncrief, yes, .com. I'm also on Facebook, and I'm also now on YouTube. Yes.
Okay. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being on Light the Path podcast today. It was awesome. I appreciate you. I can't wait to hear your presentations at the Power Up Summit. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
This was amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.